This is crazy. You guys won't believe what's in Adobe Photoshop 2021. You're gonna be amazed.
Audio Jungle.
Before we start, make sure you go to my YouTube channel. There is Adobe course for Photoshop. You guys have to watch it. It's gonna be amazing and it's gonna help you a lot. So make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell, because there are a lot of sessions coming for that course on my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe and let's jump into Adobe Photoshop 2021. The first amazing feature in Photoshop 2021 is the sky replacement, and also they added a help button up here. Where you can just go type in whatever you want to do. For example, I want to do sky replacement like that. Just click on it. As you guys can see, it says shortcuts here. You can simply just click on the sky replacement and it's gonna do all the job for you. Look at this amazing thing. With one click, it already changed some of the sky. If you don't recognize it, let's go and change the sky. You have a lot of sky options where you can choose from. I like this one, to be honest. Now, as you guys can see, it matches the photo itself, and also it adds some stuff. You can also play around with the shift edge part. You can, make it have a little reflection from the sky like that, and also you can play around with the fade the edge like this. Maybe play around with the temperature, make it a little bit, cold, a little bit warm. As you guys can see, I kind of prefer the warm part, and you can also increase the scale of the sky. Maybe make it a little bit small or a little bit big, as you guys can see, and that's it. And as you guys can see, after you accept the effect that you have done, you can just simply go right down here, and you have full manual control on all these settings that you have done in the sky replacement effect. You can also play around with it, remove certain parts, play around with some of the masks here on the effect. Jumping into the second new feature in Adobe Photoshop 2021, which is the quick actions. You can access this also by going to the help and then Photoshop help. Now go down here to quick actions, and as you guys can see, you have 4 new features in that quick actions feature. The first one is the remove background. I want you to take a look at these little kids and see and watch exactly what's going to happen. If I go to here and I click apply and look at the magic happens. Boom. It actually recognizes the 3 kids immediately, and as you guys can see, it deletes the ground, and it is so fucking precise, as you guys can see. But there is some something wrong here, some wrong crops, but this is perfect. This is amazing and perfect. You can actually go and take these parts from the image using the mask, and it's going to be really easy to do. If you go here, maybe if you go here and go to the color, make this a little bit, make this one black, and then simply just the brush tool start erasing these areas here. It's pretty simple and pretty easy. The second thing we can do in the quick actions is we can go again is the make black and white background. Again, look at the 3 kids and look what's going to happen. One click apply, and look at the beauty of that. Boom. I'm actually, I'm out of words. It did the black and white effect perfectly without, any mistakes. And it's so precise, as you guys can see. There's no, there's nothing wrong. It is so precise, and as you guys can see, I'm really amazed. I'm really out of words. Now you can also have full manual control after the effect is done, and it's pretty easy and simple. You can also revert, and everything is going to go back to its normal case. Now the 4th feature we have in the quick actions is blur background effect. It's pretty easy and simple. You're just going to go here and simply another one click and watch look at the 3 kids. Also this time, look at how is it done. Now I know the background is kind of already blurred, but this is perfect. That's before and that's after.
It does an amazing job, and it's already good for some beginners that are actually trying to play around with Photoshop and do these crazy effects. It is amazing, and it is, you know, professional, as you guys can see, and it's already precise. You know, you don't have to be going too hard on that. It's pretty easy and simple, and you can do it. Moving into the second feature, we have Live Shapes Enhancement, which is a new feature in Adobe Photoshop 2021. And also we have a new tool, which is the triangle tool. As you guys can see, you can just simply draw a new triangle and you're good to go. Another one we can do is the rectangle tool. I want to just go to the rectangle tool, show you some new things you can do. You now have the option to make rectangular parts like that, and also you can, when you rotate it, you can play around and do whatever you want to do with it. You can also hold the Alt button and round only one of the corners like that. It is pretty easy, and in previous versions you had limitations to playing around with the shapes like that. Another thing you can do with the rectangular tool, or whatever tool you want, is you can simply just go and click on the white background like that, and you have the option to make it equilateral, or you also have the option to start the shape and create the shape from the center. As you guys can see, it's going to make an equilateral triangle right over here, as you guys can see. Moving into the second feature, which is the Help tab, you can just go here and type in, if you forgot how to do one certain effects that you can't remember how to do so. Maybe I forgot how to turn the photo to black and white. You can simply just type in black and white, and as you guys can see, you can just if you hover over here, it's going to point you to where to click and how to do it. Or if you want to have like a shortcut, you can just simply click on it and it's going to do the job for you. Look at that. This is so much helpful. You can also simply ask Photoshop if you want to do certain thing. They have some hands-on tutorials. As you guys can see, there are hands-on tutorials here. Let's see if I wanted to know how to remove small imperfections like that. It's going to tell you. They have a tutorial directly in Photoshop, which you can just simply begin the tutorial and it's going to tell you what to do to make that effect. Moving into the second feature, which is the preset research. Let's say you are in the brushes tab and you want to search for a certain brush. For example, I want to search for grunge. As you guys can see, it's gonna directly direct you to the grunge brushes, as you guys can see, which is amazing. And this feature has been actually added to most of the other windows that require searching for something exactly. Also the color, you can also go and type in swatches for here. For example, I'm searching for red. It's gonna point you out to the red color and start using it, which is another amazing feature by Adobe Photoshop. Another great thing that Adobe have added in Photoshop is the neural filters. You can just go to filters, go down here, neural filters, and you can actually play around with your photo in a lot of great ways. Skin smoothing, a lot of stuff, smart portrait, makeup, transforming, depth aware, colorize, super zoom, a lot of great stuff. So in this case, we have a black and white picture and we want to colorize it. As simple as that. You just go to colorize filter and you're going to click on it like that, and boom, everything is done. This is unbelievable. You can also come here and play around with the colors a bit, make a little bit more realistic here. It is already realistic. This is actually one of the hard pictures because it has depth of field, it has blur effects, it has these hard skin tones and stuff, and hard skin. This is really hard to do. So one click for that. I fucking love Adobe Photoshop 2021 to be honest. Another great thing in the neural filters is you can actually go to and make some great skin smoothing effects. Let's go. As you guys can see, it recognizes the face immediately. You can simply just click on skin smoothing. It's going to load some time, and at the end you will see a great result. Boom. You can play around with the blur, increase the blur like that, and maybe help in lowering the smoothness a bit here. That's what it's going to look like. Maybe you can also increase the smoothness, and you're going to find out that's how it looks after finishing the effect. As you guys can see, you can that's after, and this is before, after, before. One click, everything is going to be really easy. Another great thing we have in Photoshop 2021 is they have added a tool called Refine Hair in the Select and Mask. Let me just lower the transparency, as you guys can see in here. Not too much emails. Okay, so this is Refine Hair. We're gonna cover that later in the video, but I want to show you something cool. When you go here and press on select subject like that, look what happens. One single click. It actually selected the guy from the background like so, and the hair is selected perfectly. This is so precise. I've never seen like something time saving like this in my whole life. Let's make it on white, and look at this. Look at the beauty of that. Beautiful selection, as you guys can see. Now, another thing you can find in the Refine tool is that it has two new options. When you go to select and mask, and as you guys can see, let me just turn down the transparency like that, and choose on black. Okay, and then all you have to do now is you're gonna go to select subject, and it's gonna select the cat from all the photo, as you guys can see. And now it is, as you guys can see, is pretty precise, but there are some parts here that we don't want this. Sorry, let me just delete these parts. Okay, and now it works. Now, as you guys can see, there are some white parts, and the cut is not perfect. Now we're gonna go to Refine Hair, and after that we're gonna talk about the new two options, which actually Refine Hair itself is a new option. As you guys can see now, it is precise. It has taken out all of these white areas from the hair and stuff. Okay, now we'll go to the Refine mode. As you guys can see, you have two options here, which are the color aware and the object aware. These are the new two options. If object aware is for the image that has more complex areas to cut and places to work with. So in color aware is not going to do a good job, and as you guys can see, it's on color aware. If we change this to object aware, as you guys can see, look at the magic happens now. It precisely catches the cats for like that. This is pretty much amazing. And also my recommendation for you is when you try to do hair refine or whatever the refine you are doing, you can actually use both, try both, see what's the best that is working for you. But for me, I'm gonna try both as well. Okay, now another thing you can do to increase the quality of the cut that we have done here is you can simply just go right here and increase the shift edge button, and as you guys can see, it pulls out some of the fur areas, some of the hair that the cat has, as you guys can see. And also you can also increase the smoothness about a little bit. Also the feather, maybe decrease the smoothness a bit, and increase the feather a little bit here, so you guys can see how much that does look like. And also you can just go here, maybe increase the contrast a little bit, or decrease it a little bit. You can just play around with these settings until you find the best option for you. And let's say you want to save this. You don't want to do all these things again and again when you open Photoshop, and you can simply just go here to preset, and you can simply save a preset. Do you see how amazing is that? In previous version, you weren't able to do this, to save a preset for select and mask, which is a little bit hard. You had to do this every time you open up Photoshop, which was a little bit hard. But this time it is amazing. You just go save the preset wherever you want, name it whatever you want, and as you guys can see, every time you open, you're gonna have this preset in here. Another great feature we have in Photoshop 2021, which is the pattern preview. Before we go into the pattern preview, let me just show you something. If you are able to make a pattern like that, let me just adjust the brush, make hardness like that, and go right down there, maybe pick that, yeah, hard round brush. Now increase the size a bit. Let's go. A pattern like this, and you're not able to see if the pattern is connected or no, and you don't know what how will the pattern look like if it is continuous, and is it connecting from these lines or no. So let's check out how to see that. But before, in the previous versions of Photoshop, you had to just know it manually by going to edit and then go down here to define pattern like that, and then make a new layer here, and then go to pattern, choose your pattern right there, and it's going to look like this. If you lower down the scale, you will see how broken is that. It's not going to be continuous at all. So yeah, how can we do a good pattern that is continuous? So using the new feature in Adobe Photoshop, all you have to do is just go to view and go here to pattern preview. Using that feature, it allows you to see if your pattern will be connected or no. Let me just draw a line like that, and another line like this. See how does that look if it is scaled out like that. If you zoom out like this, the scale gets smaller. If you zoom in, the scale gets bigger. Do you see how beautiful is that? If you now turn on the pattern preview, look at this. It doesn't even look like it's going to be continuous after you turn off the pattern preview. So this amazing feature is have to be used in everything in the next generations on Photoshop. Another thing you can do using the pattern preview is for these type of patterns like that, when you have like all the pieces in smart objects like that. By the way, pattern preview works really good with smart objects, so it will actually also tell you when you open up view pattern preview, it will tell you that it works best with smart objects. So let's go. If you want to edit anything in the canvas using the pattern preview, it works. It changes in all the pattern. It shows you what is going to happen once you change anything. You can also resize anything in the pattern itself, and it will do it for all the all the canvas, as you guys can see here. Pretty nice, huh? So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to check my other videos on my YouTube channel. You're gonna get a lot of value, especially from the Photoshop course that I'm making on my channel for all the beginners that are watching me. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.